Good morning, YouTubers. Michael, VK3HAU, and we're doing a routine maintenance run today for a customer. I've got 4 sites to go to, so I just thought I'd check in with everybody and see how everyone's going. We are at Moe South at the moment, which is just out of they've just announced last night that Latrobe has gone into lockdown for 7 days. And Moe South is part of the lockdown. Moe, Morwell and Traralgon. Where I actually am at Moe South is just out of the lockdown area. But anyway, that doesn't affect us because we're essential workers. But what I'm doing this video for is I just wanted to let you know that I see that YouTube are now putting ads on my channel. So any of the videos you see may contain an ad. I don't get any profit or revenue from that. That's YouTube. YouTube are doing that. They're collecting 100% the revenue. And they said they were going to do that about 6 months ago. I got an email to say that they will be doing that. They'll be monetizing some of my videos, and I don't get a cent. I'm not a partner. I'm not in the partner program. I was, but they brought in some new restrictions, and that stopped me from being in the partner program. I have to have over 1,000 subscribers for one, and only at 660 odd subscribers at the moment. I'm far from being able to monetize my and obtain a revenue. But I will, if I get over 1,000 subscribers, I will change that. So YouTube are running ads at the start of my videos, I've noticed. And if I do get over 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to completely stop that from happening. And if I become a partner in their program system, then I'll only run ads at the end of the video, so you can watch all my videos ad free. Yeah, so I'm on a run today. I'm doing 4 sites today and 4 sites tomorrow. I've got to stay overnight at Turura. And I just thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown of the what I've got in the vehicle. I've added a few things in that since you've probably last seen it. I'll just swap this camera over. Just a quick rundown of what I've got inside the cab of my, what I call Toolbox on wheels, because that's basically what it is. The Utes are basically my toolbox. So we've got HF, VHF and UHF radio. So HF 70 centimetres and 2 metre ham radio here. Currently on HF 40 metres. We've got the fan pack antenna at the front there for that. Then over here we've got a CFA/DELP radio. And then we've got our commercial radio here to monitor our commercial repeaters for our commercial customers. I've got a 2 metre radio, ham radio, Simico. Basically, it's a commercial radio, but it's got the 2 metre amateur radio frequencies on it. I also have the old CFA channels in there as well. All the old analog channels. No longer being used. So yeah, hit the repeater. That's RLV. In the back. Alright, we've got to watch out for cow pads. Cow shit everywhere. Alright, so here at Moe South, it's my toolbox on wheels, I like to say. So in the back canopy, I've still got to do a bit of tidying up to do, but I'll show you what we've got in here. Alright, so over here we've got the other radios. So all the other radios are remote head. Yep, okay, as I was saying. So the radios in the vehicle, in the cab, are just the remote heads or remote mics, and these are the actual bricks that are the main body of the radios. So we've got a Tate radio here, which is a DELP or DEPI radio, and then we've got a digital Simico for the commercial repeaters or commercial channels. Then we've got an APRS Simico here for ham radio, APRS, and then the next one across is another Simico radio, which is the VHF or 2 meter ham radio, and then right over here in the right at the end there is the brick for the HF, VHF, UHF. We've got a freezer here. Fridge if you've got it set for a low temperature, or freezer if you've got it set for even lower. I run it about -1. It sits at about 0 degrees at -1. We've got a couple of goodies in there, some yogurts, bananas, a couple of frozen meals, or not frozen, they'll be defrosting now, drinks, milk and water, even water in the bottom here too. I'll be pulling this one out later and I'll be putting it in the oven. Yes, I do have an oven. Actually, I'll show you that. All right, on this side here, we have our oven. So we can put our meals in the oven here, heat them up while we're driving along. And it shouldn't take long to heat up that meal, probably 40 minutes or so. So I'll put it in on one of the runs that I will do in between the two sites. I'll put it on while I'm driving, so it doesn't, because this thing can use up to 20 amps. It's 240 watts with both burners going, or both heating elements. So yeah, 20 amps, and I've just got everything running off an Anderson plug up here. Yeah, so that's the setup so far. I've still got a bit more work to do to it, but happy with it so far. She's a little bit foggy around here. It's a bit cold too. But yep, there we go. Maui South, fog everywhere. Check this out, guys. You're going to love this. This is my seat. I got this from a UK supplier and it's absolutely fantastic. It's very compact. Just unfolds like so, and put it down, and there's your seat. How's that, hey? Isn't that cool? And then you just twist it and it folds back up again. Oh. It's easier if you've got two hands, but because you've got put your fingers in that side and fingers in this side. But yep, just undoes and locks in place like so. I've arrived at Mount Worth now, and I've got one more site to go before I have my lunch break. But what I'm going to do is while I'm working on this site, I'm going to pre-warm the oven, and then I'll put my the cane meal into it when I finished here, and by the time I get to the next site, it'll be all nice and warm or hot, hopefully, for me to eat. So let's try the oven out. All right, so we're going to run both heating elements, so it's on both. We'll get the timer cranked up, so it's at 120 minutes, and we'll crank it up to 180 degrees Celsius. We'll get this oven pre-warmed, and then I'll chuck my meal in, and we'll go for a drive, and by the time I get to the next site, I should have a hot meal. All right, so it's been about half an hour the oven's been pre-warming for. Put our lasagna in our tray and we'll start cooking it. It's starting to rain too, so it's a bit hard to do with one hand. I did have it defrosting, so it should just come out. There we go. That should be good. We'll chuck it in. In we go. The lasagna's in there. lock that up. And we're finished at this site now, so with it starting to rain, I might make tracks to the next site, and then our lasagna should be ready. Alright, here we are at Currumborough, the Telstra site. It's quite windy actually, I don't know if you can hear me too well. There's the township of Currumborough down there. We should have a hot lasagna now. It's been going for about an hour. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, look at that. That's lunch ready for me. Beautiful. Well, last site for today. We are at Mount Fatigue, and it's foggy again. So the first site we started off, fog. Last site, it's foggy again. I don't know if you can see it or not. Mosquitoes are around as well. Make sure you've got the air guard on. Oh, and also, I'll just turn this camera around. Make sure you tuck your pants in underneath your socks and cover your boots in your socks with air guard. Because this site has leeches. Yes, there are leeches. The first time I come to this site, about 15 years ago, I ended up with about 5 or 6 leeches on my legs. So I learnt the hard way. Tuck your pants into your socks, cover your socks and your shoes with Aerogard. I don't know what's causing that interference. And you won't have a problem with leeches. Let's turn this radio off. I'll just hop back in the car for a minute while it's drizzling out there. I've got to give the service centre a call in a minute to let them know I'm on site, but I just thought I'd wrap the video up, and I hope you've all enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you aren't already. All that does help, and hitting the like button as well. You know the deal. But as I said, once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I will monetize the channel and put the ads at the end of the videos, whereas I don't have that option as a non-partner. So yeah, sooner we can get to 1,000 subscribers, the better. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.